Hi, this is MJ, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make our Cozy Cottage Cable Baubles. I'll be working on the small tutorial today. There's two sizes included in the pattern. The small size will cover a ball that is approximately 2.36 inches in diameter, and the larger ball is approximately 3.15 inches in diameter. So if you measure around the circumference of the ball, the larger ball is about 12.5 inches and the smaller ball is about 8 inches, just to give you an idea. And these are balls that you can fill, and I just picked them up at the dollar store, and they also come with the hangers. Now what I've done is also filled them with some of this tinsel garland, just to give them a little bit of a sparkle. As you can see, there is some gapping. So if you add that sparkle, this one I didn't put any in it, but I think it will just give it that little extra pop when the light hits it on your Christmas tree. The yarn that I'm using is Mary Maxim Mellow Spun DK weight, and I'm going to be working with the color Buff, but I've also used Garnet and the Cream in this pattern. And the hook size that I'm going to be using is a 4.5 millimeter, and I'll be using a streamline crochet hook from Furls Crochet. And I'll have links in the description box for the yarn and the hooks. So we'll begin with a magic ring, and we're starting with the bottom of the ornament, and we're going to be working this in the round. So slide your hook through all 3 loops, pulling it through, and we'll chain 2. Now I'll be working 8 double crochet in the ring. So now we'll pull the ring tight, and you're going to start by pulling your tail, and only one loop pulls in. So take the loop that's pulled in, give it a tug, and it will pull in the other loop. Then just take your tail and pull. Now we'll slip stitch in that first double crochet to join, chain 1, and the chain 1's not included as a stitch. We'll work front post double crochets, 2 of them around each stitch. So I've yarned over, going around the stitch, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and we're going around the same stitch. And we're doing that with every stitch around, so we're doubling our stitch count from 8 to 16. So I am going to work this all the way around. We'll slip stitch in that first front post double to join, chain 1, and we'll do one more increase round. So we're going to do a front post double crochet on that first post, and then 2 on the next. And that is the repeat pattern around. So 1 on the next, and then 2 on the next. Okay, and I'm going to repeat that around. Okay, so I have a total of 24 stitches. I'm going to slip stitch in the top of the first front post double to join, chain 1, and now we're going to start into our cable pattern. This pattern is fairly intermediate to advanced, so if you are not familiar with your front post stitches as well as your front post treble stitches, you may find this pattern difficult. So we're going to skip the first 2, yarn over twice, work a front post treble on the next 2. Now we're going to come back and work front post trebles on those first 2 skip stitches. So yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then we will work a front post double the next 2. Now in the next 2 stitches, I'm going to work an extended single crochet. So go through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So now make sure this post here and this post are for those 2 stitches. So then when we look to the next cable, we're going to skip those 2, work a front post treble on the next 2, front post treble on the 2 skipped, and then a front post double on the next 2, and then extended single crochets in the next 2. So now just repeat the cable and the extended, and you'll end with the 2 extended single crochet. Okay, so I've worked around. I'm ending with an extended single crochet, the 2 in the last 2, and then we'll slip stitch to join, chain 1. And this round is a little bit easier because we'll be working just front post double crochets across the cable stitches. There's 6, so make sure to count and don't miss any. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then extended single crochets in the next 2. You can see these first 2 stitches really get tucked in underneath, so just make sure to not miss them. Okay, I'm just going to repeat this around. Front post doubles in the cables and extended single crochets in the extended singles from the previous round. Okay, so I've worked all the way around. I've already slip stitched to join and chain 1. This is the 3rd round of the cable, which is always the most difficult. So we're going to do a front post double crochet in the first 2. And then we need to cross these 2. So we're going to skip the next 2, front post treble in the next 2. And instead of going over top this time, we need to go in behind. So I'm going to yarn over twice. I like to push the work to the front so I can see the post that we're working into. So the first skipped, yarn over twice, the next one, okay, and you can see now that's going underneath and it's twisted. So now an extended single crochet in the next 2. Front post double in the next 2. And then let's just work through that tricky cable again. So we're skipping the next 2, yarn over twice, work a front post treble in the next 2. Yarn over twice, and then we have to go back and work front post trebles in the skipped stitches. Okay, so now just finish. We've only got 1 more cable left, so just complete that around. Okay, so then we'll slip stitch to join, chain 1, and this will be the same as the round 2 of the cable. we'll just be working the front post doubles across the cables now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and these guys are tucked this time. 5, 6, and then extended single crochets in the next 2, and just repeat that around. Slip stitch to join, chain 1, and now we're just going to repeat the cable pattern one more time. So the 4 rounds of the cable, just repeat them again, and then we can meet back up. So we start crossing the first 2, skip front post treble in the next 2, but you can go back and just re-watch those first 4 rounds of the cable, and then this time we go over top. And then front post doubles in the next 2. Okay, so I'm going to complete those 4 rounds off camera, and then I'll meet you back up again. Okay, so I finished my cable rounds, and this is what it's looking like. And now I'm going to start pulling it in to get the top a little bit tighter. So I'm just going to work in all of the post stitches front post double crochets. And I'm going to skip over the extended singles and just work in the post stitches. Okay, and then I'm going to slip stitch to join and fasten off with a long tail. So next you're going to want to put the cable cozy over now your Christmas ball. Make sure it's on there even. And you're going to work through the front loops only of every stitch around. I like to just get as many on my needle as I can. Continue that all the way around. And it'll be really easy once you've worked all the way around just to pull that in. You can do some additional weaving. Go back in the opposite direction. Could use some gold or silver thread to hang your ornament or some twine. And many of the ornaments you can pick up already come with hangers, or you can even use the hangers that you buy or little clear elastics if you want a nice tight fit on your tree. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tap the bell to stay updated on all my new videos and tutorials. Thanks so much, guys. Have an awesome day.